Today I want to talk about a real world question that many aspiring traders or even people who have been doing this for a little while catch themselves asking themselves about trading. How am I actually going to someday trade for a living? How am I going to make enough money from my trading? And maybe more importantly, consistently make enough money from my trading to actually live off of your trading? This is a question that many traders, actually I would imagine every trader, ask themselves at one point or another. Whether they're a professional, have been trading for an income for many years, or they're just getting started, everyone wonders how they can accomplish this very common goal. I want to ask you something in the audience here. How long do you think it will take you to reach profitability in your trading? As we get started with this video, before we get into this, do me a quick favor and comment down below, how long do you think it will take you to get to a point where you can make enough income from your trading to potentially do this full time? And if not full time, how long will it take you to get to a point where it will be a substantial enough amount of money on a consistent basis to make enough money that you want to make out of trading, whether that be a side income, a part-time, kind of thing, whatever, whether you're, a mom and you have a busy schedule, or you're a dad and you're staying at home and trying to find extra income, whatever it is, let me know down below in the comment section. So in this video, I want to talk about this concept. I've been doing this on YouTube. I've been sharing my concepts for about 4 years, and I've been trading for about 7 or 8 now. And this is a common question that I often get. How do I get to a point where I can make enough from this? Because even when traders sort of start to realize what it takes to risk properly, they come into a little bit of a roadblock where they look at their account and they say, okay, well, let's say I have a $10,000 account, and I'm assuming, this is just a US example. If you're in another country, whatever that number means to you, 10K, I would say, is a good size account in the US. It's not huge, it's not tiny. $10,000 in an account in the US, you start realizing that, well, if I risk 1% of this account, it's going to be $100. And let's say I have a really good month. We've talked about this on the channel. This is usually a spot of debate, but I've said that if you can make a couple percent per month, you're doing great. And over a long period of time, that will compound very nicely. People will often disagree with me and get upset with me in the comment section, especially people who don't know anything better in trading. And I'm not trying to disrespect anybody in the audience, but people who think that 20% per month is a realistic expectation in the markets have not been doing it very long, because there's no one who can prove doing that. Think about this for a quick second. The greatest investor in the world, I know people don't like when I compare investors to traders. Warren Buffett, he's one of the most famous ever. He made 20% per year on average. Some of the best traders that manage professional hedge funds, like the Millennium, what's that group? There's like a millennial hedge fund. They had like one of the best records for active trading fund management. They made like 25% per year or something like that, or 30%, some really impressive number for their traders on a long-term basis. They made 30% per year. So assuming that you do get to the point where you're profitable enough to make, let's just say 2 to 3% per month on average. That includes losing months and winning months and really great months and break-even months. Let's just say you get to 2 to 3%. Well, what you start to realize is that, okay, well, 2 to 3% is only $200 to $300. Now, of course, some of the more, patient and rational people in the audience might say, well, hey, $200 to $300, that helps to pay my rent, or that helps to pay my electric bill, or that pays my groceries. And I love when people have that mindset, because again, those are the sorts of people that stick around and do this long term. What this usually does right here is when people hear that, making a couple percent per month and doing that consistently only yields $200 to $300. A lot of people who are not seriously in this for the right reasons, meaning they love the game, they're interested in learning about trading, and they are passionate about it. Most people who are not genuinely interested for the right reasons, this is a quitting point for them when they realize, wow, so good traders are making something like 2 to 5% per month on average, good and bad months included. That's not all that good in terms of income unless you have a lot of money. And that is kind of the point of this video.
Now you've hit the nail on the head.
The reality is traders do need to have a good substantial amount of money in their trading accounts, especially I'm going off of US examples. You probably need a lot more money in your account unless you are, especially if you're like a single person, like if you're somebody who's just, a solo household income kind of thing. 100K account changes the game here a lot. 100K account means that 2 to 3% becomes $2,000 to $3,000 per month, which is instantly much more meaningful to a trader, right? So I want to say this because, again, I know that this sometimes can be a little bit discouraging, this topic, when people say, I don't have $100,000 sitting around to make this even worth my time. Well, we are in an age in trading where when I first got started trading, this wasn't really a thing, but nowadays, prop firms and online prop firms have really changed the game for a lot of traders out there who are undercapitalized. I've made the point in my videos recently, I've talked many times about prop firms. And my point is I am critical of prop firms, but only because I think that prop firms are an excellent way for profitable, consistent traders to make money. And I don't want to go too far into this video. I do have a full video that I'll link in the top right hand of the screen right now if you'd like to go and take a look at my prop firm video, exposing sort of the pros and cons of the industry. The highlights is I think prop firms are excellent for people who are already consistently profitable, but they are a big waste of time and money for people who are not yet consistently profitable and very, very good traders. Prop firms are built for people who are consistent. They've put in the work. They're able to do this goal that I'm talking about. And with the power of prop firms, they can actually scale up. That's one way to do it. Me personally, I did not do that because when I got started in trading, like I said, prop firms had not become so revolutionary like they are today online. It was very rare to get funding from some sort of, that was unheard of when I first got started trading back in 2016, 2017 era. The point with me saying that is that nowadays there's some cool options there. But on top of that, I want to go one further and I want to talk about the other route, I guess. If you're like, I'm not really interested in getting funded, I don't like the prop firm rules, that's understandable. There are reasons for people to dislike prop firms and not want to use them. The other way is much slower, I will caution you, but it's the way that I took. I've been doing this, like I said, for 7 or 8 years. I had a background in software engineering, so I did have some income before I got started trading. I also started a few businesses that had nothing to do with trading before I ever got into trading. And nowadays I run a trading software company called A1 Trading. So I have other sources of income to this day that allow me to contribute more and more into my trading accounts. But I think that we need to talk about this for people out there in the real world outside of people who are looking to get prop firm funded. The other route is to build up an account like this, 100K, 200K, 300K, the old-fashioned way, which is saving and being patient and using other sources of income. I know a lot of traders want to get out there and they're like, I want to quit my job in 6 months and be trading. I understand that's a great dream to have, but it took me numbers of years before I even had that option to be consistently full-time trading. I could be doing that today, but I will also warn, I actually didn't really like doing that. I did get to a point where I was making a video or so here and there, and between a little bit of YouTube income as well as my trading income, I was doing just that. I would work for like 2 or 3 hours a day, and I hated it because I'm kind of really in love with working, doing what I do. I really enjoy making content and designing software with my team. This is a passion project for me and I do it every day. But I did get to a point where I made enough between a YouTube video here and there, as well as my trading income, to actually just be doing it full time. But I left that behind because, like I said, it kind of got boring pretty quick for me everyone else is out working a job and I'm sitting there and I'm 22 years old and I'm able to kind of do whatever I want during the day, which sounds nice, but again, it does get old, especially if you're kind of, if you're motivated and driven, you want to build and do stuff. I have other friends who are sort of digital nomads in not necessarily in the trading space, but they feel a similar way. They want to be doing stuff, even though they don't have to. It's cool to be building stuff. Anyways, that's not the point of the video. The point is the old-fashioned way is using your extra disposable income and investing it in whether it be education to get better at trading, or whether it be you're already consistently profitable and you're just building an account. You're depositing and you're compounding your gains over and over and over to build it to the account size that you want. So I will say at this point, when I first got started trading, I think I was in a really lucky situation. I had like $30,000 or $40,000 in a bank account from past businesses that I had started. I ran a landscaping business from when I was really young. I used to cut so many different people's back fields on sit-down lawnmowers. I had a really good thing going back in my high school and college days. And then I also did some rental equipment business where I actually rented out like construction equipment stuff with my dad. That was a really cool chapter in my life as well, where I was able to build up some money that I ultimately ended up using to trade. And I've also compounded and used that money since then to help build up trading accounts in addition to other income sources that I have nowadays. So my point with this is that I'm telling you a bit of my story so that hopefully you can kind of paint a picture for your own. How are you going to build up capital? Is there something extra that you could be doing, another side hustle? Most of my initial trading income came from starting businesses and being innovative with those things. So again, I want to encourage you, think outside the box. Trading income is not just about placing the magical trades all the time. Trading is hard. It's a difficult way to make money, but having more capital at your disposal, whether it be from a prop firm or the old-fashioned way like I did, is a really powerful way to scale money and build money over time. I've always been a fan of this kind of concept or this expression that I heard once. I don't know where I got it from, but someone said it to me before and it made a lot of sense. Trading is a great way to make more money out of money that you already have. It's not a great way to make a ton of wealth out of nothing. That is more akin to gambling and not something that I'm big interest in. I believe you need to be capitalized in order to make significant money in the markets. It's not a popular opinion, but it's the opinion that I have and I have held for many years now that I've been doing this. Because again, I've never seen somebody consistently be an account flipper that actually becomes, wealthy doing that, right? They're always just flipping accounts for a reason. It's because they blow them up and they're back to square one, back to starting with nothing and doing it over and over, right? I'm not about that life. I'm about slow, conservative trading, building accounts over time and adding to your accounts from external sources of income until someday you have the total choice to be working or not. I'm very fortunate to be at that situation. I absolutely love what I do. Making these videos is a passion for me. And if you do enjoy my videos, I do want to ask you to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And if you did make it to the end of this video, I've got a keyword that I want to ask you guys to type down below. If you comment this, I'll try and heart your comment. If you type up the word in the comment section, long game, if you're in it for the long game like myself, then type this expression down below in the comment section and I'll try and leave a heart on your comment. Thank you guys very much for watching and have a great day. Hey, guess what? I just found a video made just for you. Click this video to help with your trading and thanks for watching.